What attitude or message around education are you trying to pass down to me?
The big one, think for yourself. Don't believe TikTok. Hello, I'm Valerie, and this is my daughter, my darling daughter, Sarah. In our spare time, we've started signing up for courses at Edinburgh University in the short courses section of the Centre for Open Learning.
And we're going to answer some questions about our experiences on these courses together as a mother and daughter duo. How did we start studying together?
The very first course I did was Spanish evening class, and that was a hoot. So I lured you to come to the course on the basis, of course, that I paid.
Of course. We do have to add that.
The first one we did was Printing Essentials, Ed Bruce, and both of us found that quite interesting.
After that one, I was interested in abstract art, so I thought that would be more what I wanted to do. Yeah. As I was still kind of finding my feet as an artist. I also found it very interesting switching from doing the art courses to one that was computer-based.
The most challenging thing I think I have done, beyond all doubt, was the digital animation course.
Yeah.
I remember sitting down there and I did not know what Google Chrome was. So I could switch on the computer and then I'm looking at it and you're sitting
I couldn't even log in.
I had used Adobe Photoshop, but it wasn't even that, was it? Elements.
Yeah, you kept calling it PlayStation.
I couldn't help it.
There was a lot of comical relief from that course.
It was brilliant. And Pepe, the tutor in that class,
Yeah.
wow, was he so patient. When are you still able to benefit from the course?
Even just like getting to see you and getting to meet other people and
Yes.
be creative again. Like my favorite one actually was the first day when everyone was brainstorming their ideas and we were looking at all these things, because I get so much enjoyment out of seeing this inspiration.
No, but that's an important point. When you saw what other people were doing, you realised just how diverse you can be. Your creativity isn't restricted.
I think people bounce off each other as well. Like why doing those classes is so much fun. I think you should be extremely proud of yourself from not being able to even figure out what this software was doing to having a full story.
At the end, when we plugged it in and got it running, and everybody gathered round to watch it and just to see their faces, it was such a proud moment. I really did.
That everyone was so proud of you as well.
Because they knew how bad I'd been.
How challenging you found it.
Yes. Ta-da! Here we have the storyboards from the animation class.
What would you say are the benefits of studying in your stage of life?
Staving off Alzheimer's. I get out, I'm not stuck in the house, meeting people and having stimulation, because I've seen now over the course of my life, isolation that a lot of people got involved in. They didn't have all the stimuli you have with your mobile phones and things nowadays.
When you were growing up, was it common to see adults practicing lifelong learning?
Never.
No?
Never. My dad wasn't a pub goer, but most of them were pub goers. We didn't have an awful lot of money, but we had a record player, never put a record on. You know, and my mother was the same. My mother actually could draw, but didn't. What I wanted to do was to show you places, taking you to art galleries and introducing you to other cultures, I think probably sparked it in you. You've got to keep your mind active, or what was that silly phrase? Use it or lose it. And the variety is just exactly what you need to challenge you. I mean, and boy was I challenged by Adobe Photoshop and After Effects. Boy was I challenged.
Did you have any role models in education as a child or teen?
As a child or teen, we're going back a bit. My role model was my brother, who was an art teacher. He graduated from Edinburgh College of Art in 1958, which was the year I was born, but he was my hero.
Role models for me, other than yourself? Seeing all these different styles of teaching, each one kind of becomes a role model during that time anyway, because they're so passionate about their crafts and they're so informed. And I mean, Ed was fantastic, the tutor for the printmaking course. Yeah. And he was having a baby during that whole time, and he still showed up every week, tired but ready to give his all to everyone that was showing up. I think that's something that's really admirable and it's fun to look up to.
What kind of people generally sign up for these courses?
Oh, anyone. I've met so many different people. Like the first class that we did, there was a lot of people, probably more towards your age, a lot of women towards your age. But then the course after that was a lot more younger people that I'm still in contact with.
Yeah. And of course, these courses are open to anyone. You don't have to have any prior qualifications. The facilities are there for people who are disabled.
I think anyone that has an interest in, well, there's so many subjects, but specifically for the art ones, anyone that's got an interest in being more creative, it's such a great opportunity to take some time to yourself for the week. And it is done in such a short burst.
10 weeks is manageable, and it doesn't really impinge on your day-to-day life. Did you do any of the courses through 2 credit and actually go for credit?
No, I didn't do any courses for credit just because it didn't seem necessary, and I felt that it would be a little bit too much pressure when I was doing it for leisure.
I didn't want to do anything for credit, but I did the credit courses because you got feedback by being assessed at the end of the course. I wanted to do that because that was important to me, but there were people there who were going through a qualification. They were obtaining a qualification by acquiring the credit points that you got. There was one woman who worked in an accounts department somewhere as a clerkess, and I think she must have been in her 50s, and she was desperate to get out of that kind of work and do something more and more creative. So it was really important for her.
What attitude or message around education are you trying to pass down to me?
Keep an open mind and keep thinking. The big one, think for yourself. Don't believe TikTok. Well, thank you very much for listening to us. I hope that that's given you some insight. It's important to realise that you don't have to have qualifications, as I've proved on my digital animation. You just need to try.
I would definitely encourage people to sign up for these classes, whether it's the ones that are during the day or after work, just as something that will enrich your life a little bit more.